Hi, I'm Bry Cox with BryCoxWORKSHOPS.com. For today's question, it comes from Vicky in Texas, who asked a question on sales. What would be my number one, building a product list, number two, pricing appropriately, and number three, learning in-person projected sales. So, little did you know, Vicky, but this is a perfect segue into something, is that I am working on a video course on sales. So yes, I have a book on sales. It has been a hit. I have a lot of comments, testimonials from some of the country's best photographers that love this book. But at the same time, and I'm also a big advocate of photographers reading. But at the same time, I know a lot of people just like to learn online. So I'm working on a video series where I go through every part of this book. Think of it kind of like an audio book, but me talking. And I go through every section, but also I'm commenting on it and giving you extra info. So to answer your questions on sales, product list. My big thing on a product list, and keep in mind, this is a very short synopsis of my entire sales program. I've given like a 3-day program entirely on sales. Plus I have my book, right? There's a lot we could talk about on sales. We can go on and on and on. Let me give you some quick answers to those 3 things you asked. Product list. My belief in a product list is that you should sell something you particularly love. That's first. Don't sell something you don't love. And also don't sell something that doesn't fit someone's need, right? Like you can't, maybe there's something you found from some supplier and you're like, oh, that's the coolest thing. But you don't need it, your clients don't need it, right? Don't include it. And here's the other thing about products. There's many products I use as simply gifts that I don't put on my product list, right? There's a lot of things, if people hit a certain value when they are buying from me and they hit a certain point, they will find after their order is all delivered and things like that, about a week later, something will come in the mail. It's a little box. It's a special little gift. And you can't order them. It's nothing that's on my product sheet. It's just a special gift. So there's a lot of things, like maybe it's a little fold-out book, a little teeny fold-out album of some kind. I like to price per image. That would make that little thing horrendously expensive, even though it's a little small. Instead, I use it as a gift. So it's simply as a gift. It's not even available for sale. Your second point was, I know you had in-person sales, and what was the other one? Hang on, America, don't judge me. I know you've forgotten things as well. Pricing appropriately. Okay, yeah, pricing appropriately is important. My big thing is I start off with one image. How much does one image cost? Right? An 8x10, that's one image. How much would a 5x7 be? Same price. How about a 4x6? Oh, I don't want to spend that much. Just give me a little teeny print, just like that. How much does that cost? Same price. One image is the same price up to a certain point, and then it gets more expensive for bigger sizes. So for me, 8x10 is that point. And let's just use a number for easy math. Let's just say $100. $100 for one print, okay, for one image. Now some people go, oh man, $100. That's a lot of money for a photo. But think about how little $100 gets you in the world. When you go to buy gas, or you go to like Walmart for a gift, you're trying to buy something for somebody and it's all crap. It's all cheap plastic crap that you don't want to buy yourself, right? Everything is awful, and this is something that's custom. Everything else you go buy in stores, it is mass produced. But a photograph, and especially like the way I produce them, you know, they're mounted and they're coated and they're custom retouched, it's a one-up product. If that person doesn't buy it, I don't just put it on the shelf and sell it to the next person. I start all over again with a whole new process to create one photograph for the next person. So that one photograph has to be more. It's like making a custom piece of almost anything, right? Custom art, custom anything costs more. So $100 makes it, you know, it's an easy number. So then let's say you've got a collage, you know, with a number of images. How many images are there? Let's say there's 9. Right? It's worth $900. Now you could price it less, particularly if they're already buying a number of things, you know, things like that. But that's how I start pricing. If an album has 20 images in it, what's that album worth? It's worth $2,000. It's got 20 images. It makes it pretty easy. Now, maybe you only charge $1,000 for that album, or maybe charge $1,500, whatever. But now, all of a sudden, it makes it easy to start building your price book because you know how much each image is worth. And then the last thing, in-person sales. Again, that's probably a lot more easier covered rather in my one book and also in my upcoming video series. But the big tip here on in-person sales is I don't think photographers can make enough to make a living by just handing people a disc, right? I don't think it's a good service to them. And then second of all, there's nothing personal about it. And so I'm a big believer in selling one-on-one, face-to-face with people. I do a lot of work with people out of state. If I have to meet with them online, I meet with them online, but it's still face-to-face, person-to-person sales. That way, immediately, if someone goes, oh, I love this image, but I don't like my shape of my nose, or I don't like this little scar, or I don't like whatever it is, my wrinkles, or you know exactly what people are going to say usually before they say it. I'm right there to talk to them and say, you know what, that's okay, we can fix that. Oh, I got a stain on my shirt, I didn't realize it, I've got this, whatever it is, their concern, we can handle it right then and there. And they're not looking at these little pictures online and trying to make an order, right? No online ordering, everything is face-to-face. And the big rule is you are not a pushy salesman, you're not a jerk, you are not the shark in the furniture store that's come chasing the people, right? And everyone's trying to hide from you. No. You're helpful, and you're trying to help them solve their problem. That's one of the big keys to always keep in mind. So, yeah, I have 2 books. My sales book, it's a little ratted, this particular one, because this is the one I currently go through all the time and use as like my notes and go through and read. My other book here covers a big section on pricing and getting your price menu in line. So together, these 2 would be great for both of those to answer all of those questions. All right, America, if you have a question for me on photography or for your photography business, send me a message, post below this video, send me a private message, whatever. Let's get that question answered. And until next time, America.